Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to One Pilgrim's Progress. Today we'll be doing a continuation of where we were on yesterday, and we'll be talking about, we'll be coming out of the first book of John, chapter 2. 1 John, chapter 2, and we'll be reading again verse 16. We didn't get to finish, and we were talking about pride, and we needed to finish that particular part because that part is very paramount within our lives as believers. It's a lot of times it's our deterrent from being successful. It's our detour from true success. And the Lord Jesus Christ, and I'm not talking about just the world. I'm talking about in your salvation, in your walk with Christ, and really being able to commit and submit to the obedience of the Lord Jesus Christ. So it's a lifestyle, guys. It's not something that we just pick up and we talk about because we think it's famous or we think it's good. But when we start talking about that, we kind of start messing up. So I'm going to read the verse 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. And then we're going to go back and we're going to talk about that pride just a little bit further. And it says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." So when we start talking about pride, and I know a lot about pride, I've had my, so I don't say this to discourage you. I say this to encourage you. I was a full-fledged member in the prideful society. And I can say that because I felt like I was bred to be prideful, but it never amounted to anything. I lost more than I should have. And because I didn't submit myself to Lord Jesus Christ, and it's almost one of those things like, it's like the Lord gives you an opportunity. And I love T.D. Jakes. He says sometimes he said, God will get you to a place where he said it's bigger than you. He said, you want to talk. He says, shut your mouth. He said, and I'm going to give T.D. Jakes his credit for this. He says, shut your mouth, learn, absorb, and do whatever you need to do to figure out how this works. He says, so when pride, and I'll say, when pride comes on board, one thing we do is we compare. Once you start comparing, you're at a loss. Once you start figuring out you're like everybody else, or you're better than, or you're more than, you had a loss. You had a big loss because God can't use you. You're so full of self. God can't use it. It's like cancer. It takes over every part of you. God bless you. I pray you